You fire up your diesel truck on a freezing winter morning, but the cabin heater refuses to blow warm air. The engine struggles to reach its normal operating temperature, and the check engine light is glaring at you from the dashboard. Pulling a code P04AA, it means your engine computer has detected an intermittent electrical fault in the exhaust pressure control valve B circuit. If you drive a modern diesel vehicle, managing exhaust heat is incredibly critical for both emissions and your personal comfort. Engineers designed a special butterfly valve located right inside the exhaust piping that intentionally restricts the flow of hot exhaust gases when the engine is freezing cold. By creating this artificial back pressure, the engine works a little bit harder, which builds up engine heat incredibly fast to warm up your coolant, defrost your windshield, and get your emissions system operating perfectly. When the powertrain control module tries to activate this valve, but sees the electrical circuit randomly dropping out or spiking, it disables the system entirely to prevent the valve from getting stuck closed and choking the engine. Because this is an intermittent code, the problem comes and goes as you drive over bumps or as the engine vibrates, which makes it notoriously tricky to track down. The most frequent culprit is a failing wiring harness or a heavily corroded electrical connector down underneath the vehicle. That exhaust valve lives in a brutal environment exposed to road salt, extreme heat, and constant moisture. Get underneath the truck, unplug the solenoid connector, and look very closely for any green crusty corrosion or wires that have rubbed raw against the metal frame. You will need to use a digital multimeter to measure the internal resistance of the solenoid coil to see if it is failing internally when it gets hot. You also need to verify that you have a solid 12 volts of battery power reaching that connector when the key is turned on. If the power drops out while you wiggle the wiring harness, you have found a hidden break inside the wire loom. Finding and repairing that broken wire or swapping out a failing pressure valve solenoid will restore your engine performance and ensure you actually have a warm cabin during your next cold morning commute.